This ain't the end of the world. It's the end of the lie. In the beginning, there was no light, only triple darkness, a vast and infinite womb. From that darkness came energy. From energy came matter. From matter came form, and from form came the original man. This is not mythology. This is the supreme reality. The Asiatic calendar. The cosmic timeline of the history of the universe is a restoration. A bold declaration that the black man, the Asiatic original, is not a slave of history, but the author of it. Not a victim of time, but the master of it. This book doesn't begin in 1492. It doesn't begin in 1776 or 6,000 years ago. It begins 76 trillion years ago, in the mind of Allah, the original mind. The mind that birthed Earth from explosion. The mind that measured time in cycles, not in hours. In mathematics, not superstition. The moon, that's no mystery. 66 trillion years ago, the original man shattered the Earth's landmass and cast off the moon to renew the planet every 25,000 years. That's the real Big Bang. Not some blind accident, but a deliberate act of cosmic maintenance. The stars? They are not ornaments. They're power stations, placed in the sky 72 trillion years ago to charge the cosmic environment and shape the evolution of the original people. We ain't stargazing, we star tracking. The same pattern found in the heavens is found in your bloodstream. Long before Columbus, the original man migrated. From Mecca to the Americas over 16,000 years ago. We ain't immigrants, we're the architects. Every prophet the world praises, Musa, Isa, Muhammad, was a reformer. Not a god to worship, but a man of God consciousness. Sent to realign civilization back to law, back to culture, back to mathematics. Then came Yaqub, not a demon, but a scientist. 6,600 years ago, he took a genetic process and grafted a weaker man, white by nature, to rule a temporary kingdom. 6,000 years of deception, bloodshed, false religion, and economic parasitism. The beast system was born, but even that was temporary. Enter the age of resurrection. In 1930, W.D. Fard brings the root. Elijah Muhammad plants the seed. Then in Harlem, Father Allah, the man known as Clarence 13X, removes the veil of mystery forever. He don't preach. He teaches that God is not a spook, God is man, and man is God. The original Asiatic black man. Cut to the flag of the 5%, children building in the cipher, elders teaching in the park, women holding the earth title proudly. And so the 5% was born. Not a religion, but a reality. Not an organization, but an orientation. We don't follow prophets. We prophecy. That brings time back to its origin. It teaches that we don't move linearly. We move cyclically, through stages of knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. Encoded not just in the stars, but in your body, your DNA, and your. This book is Diop, Ben Yochanan, John Henrik Clarke, Wesley Muhammad, Marimba Ani. This is science, not speculation. Time is not your enemy. Time is your, and the original man is the clockmaker. This ain't just a book. It's a mirror, a tool, a weapon against amnesia, a tool for time travel, a mirror that reflects the Asiatic calendar, the cosmic timeline of the history of the universe. By Born Power, available now. Peace to the gods and the earth. This ain't fiction. This ain't mythology. This ain't religion. This is reality. Across every corner of the planet, before Bibles, before Qurans, before cathedrals, the image of God looked like you, black man. Not a ghost in the sky, but a living presence in the cipher. This is not a call to believe. This is the show and prove. Because the original man, first to walk the planet, first to build, first to think, first to speak, is the supreme being. This is the foundation, supreme mathematics, supreme alphabet, 12 jewels of Islam, the 120 lessons. All of them lead to one declaration. The black man is God, but we don't just say it, we build on it. Einstein said E, MC2. Energy and matter are one, interchangeable. But what did he leave out? Mind. The black man is the bridge between energy and matter, the intelligence behind the motion. This body, it's more than biology. It's an encoded reflection of the pineal gland, the solar plexus, the brain. They mirror the heavens. Because the heavens are but no cipher is complete without the black woman, wisdom, equality, she the light, she the cipher, she ain't God. She's the foundation God builds on. The 24 scientists, that ain't fairy tale. That's the original cosmic council. Setting stars in motion, writing the laws of balance, creating reality. Cut to the 1930s in Detroit. Footage of Master Fard Muhammad, Elijah Muhammad. Then a sharp transition to Clarence 13X, Father Allah, in Harlem, building with the youth. Then came the reminder. W.D. Fard Muhammad. He taught Elijah. Elijah gave the structure. But it was Father Allah, Clarence 13X, who tore off the veil. He said, "Stop searching the sky. Look in the mirror. Because God is not a spook. God is man." Cut to science labs, genetic diagrams, ancient African math systems, modern particle physics. Supreme math overlays each image. We break it down like this. Quantum physics confirms that the observer collapses the wave. Consciousness creates matter. Melanin conducts light and sound. The pineal gland absorbs cosmic rhythm. DNA remembers 400,000 years of data. So what is divinity? It's not found in dogma. It's built in your design. They turned the face of God white, made God a mystery, made you bow, made you worship. But we don't bow. We stand up. This is not religion. This is mathematics. This is the science of self. Every chapter in The Black Man is God. The show and prove builds on one truth. You don't need to worship. You need to master. This is a return to the cipher, a return to clarity, a return to power. We don't walk in darkness anymore. We walk with the sun in our stride, the stars in our sight, and the mind of God in motion. The Black Man is God. The show and prove by Born Power. Available now. This ain't religion. This is reality. Peace to the gods and the earths. The Book of Black Law. The Black American's Guide to Dealing with the Police. By Born Power. Get your copy today on Amazon. This system was never made to protect us. It was built to control, to confine, and to consume the original man. From the slave codes to stop and frisk, from Jim Crow to the war on drugs, from the courtroom to the crypt, this country has always made our existence a criminal offense. But we ain't asking for mercy. We're mastering the science of survival. This is the Book of Black Law. A weapon, a shield, a blueprint for liberation. Written by Born Power in the cipher of the 5%. This ain't just a book, it's supreme strategy. Built entirely on supreme mathematics, guided by knowledge, enforced with wisdom, and aimed at understanding, this book shows and proves how to move lawfully, but never blindly. When they stop you, don't panic. Don't perform. Don't volunteer your downfall. Move mathematically. Know your rights. Stay silent. Ask for your lawyer. Film everything, if possible. Let them talk. You think. The law ain't neutral, it's racial. Arrests hit black communities harder. Charges come quicker. Sentences are longer. But if you study their system like you study the 120, you'll see the pattern. And once you see the pattern, you can break the trap. This book arms you with pro-C tactics. For when you don't have a lawyer, but you got knowledge of self. It shows you how to speak their language without losing your voice. They violate your rights? Don't whine. Write. Learn to file civil suits, discrimination complaints, and federal grievances. Because justice doesn't come from emotion, it comes from motion. The Book of Black Law also moves beyond borders. You'll learn international laws for when you travel abroad, marry cross-continent, or build business with global reach. Because we are Asiatic, not American by spirit, only by circumstance. Local laws are written to target Black life, but every ordinance can be challenged. Every statute has a weakness, and every God needs to know how to stand, not just march. Own your economics. Build your legacy. Learn how to form limited liability companies, protect your name and intellectual property, and shield your assets from predators. Because money without law is vulnerability. We don't just hustle. We protect what we build. In the digital age, surveillance is silent warfare. This book gives you cybersecurity, game privacy rights, anti-tracking tools, how to protect your location, data, and family from online hate and harassment. You want change? Learn to organize. Legally, strategically. With knowledge, wisdom, and law. Use FOIA requests, public record demands, petitions, and electoral challenges. Because when the people know the law, the power shifts. This ain't about status. This is about survival. Whether you're a young God being profiled, a mother fighting custody, a business owner defending assets, or a student demanding your rights, this book is your armor. This book is your instruction. The Book of Black Law is not about asking. It's about knowing. Knowing the law better than your oppressor, using it to shield your cipher, using it to build your future. Move smart, speak less, build more, protect everything. The Book of Black Law, Supreme Survival Science, by Born Power. Available now. Peace to the gods and the earths. Peace to the gods and the earths. This build is not about comfort. It's about truth. It's about unwrapping the layers of myth and romanticism that have been wrapped around the Black church until it no longer resembles what it was born from. This is not a sentimental journey through stained glass windows and Sunday choirs. This is the supreme study of how the Black church rose from chains, suffering, silence, and rebellion. This is From the Plantation to the Pulpit, Slavery and the Origin of the Black Church. The Black church was born in bondage, not from seminaries or seminaries' approval, but from the blood-soaked soil of plantations. The whisper of roads and hush harbors, and the rhythm of drums outlawed by law, but kept alive by spirit. It was not always about salvation. It was about survival, about passing down science through symbol and knowledge of self through song. They lied when they told you Christianity was brought to Africa by the slave master. In truth, Christianity reached Africa long before Europe ever knew the name Jesus. But it was in Africa where it stayed spiritual science, not submission. Then came the devil and flipped it. The colonizer didn't just chain your body. He rebranded your rituals, weaponized your wisdom, and told you God looked like him. But the original people are never without power, so we adapted. We hid African science beneath Christian language. We encoded resistance in spirituals. Wade in the water wasn't about baptism. It was about escape. Moses wasn't just a prophet. He was Harriet. He was Nat Turner. The hush harbor became the cipher, a place to plan, a place to pass knowledge, a place to breathe. Nat Turner didn't just read the Bible. He used the pulpit as a command center. When he said, "Vengeance is mine, saith the Lord," he wasn't preaching fear. He was preaching freedom. He turned scripture into strategy, parable into plan. The church for Turner was war room and sanctuary, all in one. And he wasn't alone. The Black church became the underground government of a people without statehood. It was the nerve center of the Underground Railroad, of the Reconstruction fight, and the spiritual resistance of our ancestors. The AME Church wasn't just religious, it was Black self-rule, Black education, Black political movement. Church meant we don't beg devils for space, we build our own. From Montgomery to Memphis, from Selma to Birmingham, the civil rights movement ran on the fuel of the Black church. Dr. King, Fannie Lou Hamer, Fred Shuttlesworth. They didn't just preach, they mobilized. They turned sanctuary into strategy. The pulpit became platform for policy. But now we must ask, what happened? Where is the revolutionary spirit of Nat Turner? Where is the organizing fire of Dr. King? We see mega churches built like empires. Sermons focused on prosperity, not power. On personal salvation, not collective sovereignty. We see the silence grow louder every time another Black body drops in the street. And the preacher offers prayers, but no plan. Passion with no purpose. But all is not lost. The original function of the Black church is not dead. It's just buried beneath comfort and commercialism. And Born Power calls it back to its roots. To be not just a house of prayer, but a fortress of power, a cipher of knowledge, a platform for building in the name of God, who is self. This book draws on the work of our ancestors and scholars, Albert J. Rabateau's Sterling Stuckey's, Vincent Harding's C. Eric Lincoln's W.E.B. Du Bois. All of it fused with supreme mathematics, the supreme alphabet, the 120 lessons, and the 12 jewels of Islam. This ain't just history. This is blueprint. We don't worship ghosts. We don't bow to mystery gods. We build in the name of the living God, the original man, the Black man, God of the universe. The church must return to its purpose, to teach, to plan, to rise, to reclaim our divine heritage, to rebuild our nation, to defend our cipher. So if you want to understand the real science behind the songs, the sermons, and the struggle, If you want to decode the history hidden in plain sight, if you're ready to turn worship into wisdom, prayer into power, and tradition into transformation, this is your textbook. This is your blueprint. Master the knowledge. Apply the wisdom. Manifest the understanding. The cipher continues. Peace to the gods and the earths.
The Nation of Islam, founded in 1930, emerged as a movement focused on empowering Black communities through principles of self-knowledge, discipline, and unity. Its teachings emphasize the importance of understanding our true history, building self-respect, and recognizing our divine potential. One of the key principles taught by the Nation of Islam is that Black people are the original people of the earth, a truth that encourages pride in one's heritage and a recognition of Black excellence. The movement teaches that by looking inward, we can reclaim our identity, strength, and dignity. Self-discipline is central to the Nation of Islam's teachings. By practicing healthy habits and moral behavior, members strive to improve themselves and, in turn, uplift their communities. This discipline spans every aspect of life, from health and nutrition to education and economics. Through its teachings, the Nation of Islam calls for independence and self-sufficiency. Economic empowerment, education, and community development are seen as vital steps toward true liberation and equality. Finally, the Nation of Islam believes in the divine potential within every individual, a potential that, when recognized and nurtured, connects us to a higher purpose. By understanding who we are, we can rise, lead, and bring peace and strength to our communities and beyond. The teachings of the Nation of Islam remind us that true power begins within. Through self-awareness and unity, we can shape a brighter future.
This is not just science. This is supreme mathematics made manifest. This is EMC2, the Supreme Mathematics Edition, plus Lesson 3, Y equals 7. A revelation decoded by born power from the divine blueprint of the original man. Einstein said, energy equals mass, times the speed of light squared. But what does that mean? Through the lens of God? This work is not poetic mysticism. It's a cipher, a mathematically structured path of knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. We don't guess, we build. Let's break it down. Mass represents knowledge, the weight, the structure, the foundation of all things. C2, the speed of light squared, is wisdom multiplied. Light in motion, thought refined to its highest velocity. Energy is power, the effect of knowledge moved by wisdom. So now the formula becomes clear. Power equals knowledge times wisdom squared. That is not physics alone. That is the mathematical proof that the Black man is God. Because only the original can generate power from knowledge multiplied by wisdom. And what of the earth? The Black woman is the cipher, the womb of all law and motion. She reflects wisdom, refines it, nurtures it. She don't orbit man. She completes the cipher through which civilization is born. This book builds from cipher, 0, to born, 9, culminating in a supreme edition, plus lesson, 3Y, 7. This is the equation of refined understanding. 3, understanding. Y, the unknown variable, your work, your motion, your wisdom, refined. 7, God, the answer, the effect, the degree of mastery. So when 3y equals 7, it means you can't claim godhood until your understanding has been applied with precision. Y is your proof. If your work is wrong, your answer is false. This cipher don't stop at street science. It dives into Kemet's solar math, Dogon cosmology and the Sirius system, Yoruba Ace, the force of divine command, biochemical melanin theory by Dr. Lila Africa, racial psychoanalysis from Dr. Francis Cress Welsing, and Einstein's 1905 paper, word for word. We decode with evidence. We cite primary sources. We move with discipline. This book is for the 5%er, deepening his 120. The black scholar, bridging physics and metaphysics. The seeker challenging what they were taught in Western classrooms. Because when you know the math, you can master the universe. Born Power don't just offer theory. He offers structure. He asks, what power have you born? And does your equation show and prove? This ain't no classroom lesson. This is the classroom of the universe. The law of energy is the law of God. And the original man holds the equation. E, MC2, the Supreme Mathematics Edition. Plus lesson, 3Y, 7 by Born Power. Available now. Peace to the gods and the earth. Peace to the gods and the earth. Today we're building on the name and title of Father Allah, the man who founded the 5% nation, the father of civilization, and the God of the universe. His name is not just a title. It holds deep mathematical, linguistic, and divine meaning that speaks to the very foundation of who we are as 5%ers. Who is Father Allah? Father Allah, born Clarence Smith, was a man who recognized his divinity, saw the need to teach the youth, and established the 5% nation in 1964. He took the lessons he learned as a student of the Nation of Islam and made them accessible to those who were in the streets, those who were being led astray, those who had been cut off from their true identity. He saw that 85% of the world was blind, deaf, and dumb, being misled by the 10% bloodsuckers, and that the 5% had the duty to teach the truth that the black man is God, that we are the makers and owners of the planet Earth, and that knowledge of self is the key to liberation. But let's break down his name. Father is more than just the title of a man who has children. Father represents the foundation, the beginning, the source of life, knowledge, and wisdom. In supreme mathematics, Fa represents the force of creation, and there represents nurturing and development. The Father is both the teacher and the protector, the one who guides and builds, who plants the seed of knowledge in the minds of the youth, ensuring that they grow into righteous builders of civilization. Now let's go deeper. Break down the word Father, and you get Father, symbolizing the equality of man with a woman. The Father cannot exist without the woman, just as knowledge cannot manifest without wisdom to bring it into understanding. The father and the mother are equal in divine purpose. The man brings knowledge. The woman reflects wisdom. And together, they create understanding, which is the foundation of civilization. This is power build, the realization that both man and woman must be in harmony to create, teach, and manifest righteousness. Father Allah understood this, and that is why his message was not just about black men. It was about black families, about raising up communities, about teaching both young men and young women the power of their own divinity. Father, Allah, the father of civilization. Why is Father Allah called the father of civilization? Because civilization begins with knowledge, with wisdom, with order. Without knowledge, there is ignorance. Without structure, there is chaos. Without righteousness, there's destruction. The original man is the builder of civilization, the one who establishes law, balance, and growth. Father Allah took this divine responsibility and manifested it in the physical world by creating a movement that still stands today, the nation of gods and earths. He didn't just talk about God, he showed and proved that God is real. Not in the sky, not in some mystical force, but in the black man himself, in his ability to create, to lead, to teach, and to build. The Father is not just a teacher, he is an architect of reality. He builds nations, communities, and generations through knowledge of self. Father Allah, the God of the universe. The God of the universe is not some mystery force. It is the original man, the black man who has knowledge of self, who understands the universal laws, who moves in alignment with supreme mathematics and supreme alphabet. To be God means to know, to build, to manifest. It means to elevate your people and create a reality where truth, justice, and righteousness reign. It means to never follow, but to lead. Father Allah embodied this truth, and his legacy is still alive in the minds of every God and earth who carries this knowledge forward. The power of fatherhood in nation building. Being a father is more than just creating children. It is raising them, guiding them, and building a strong foundation for them to stand on. Father Allah understood that we, as men, must step into our role as builders, teachers, and protectors. A father builds, he does not destroy. A father teaches, he does not deceive. A father empowers, he does not oppress. This is power build. To be a father is to be Allah, to build a nation, to create civilization, to guide the youth, and to elevate consciousness. This is what Father Allah represented, and this is what we, as 5%ers, must continue. Father Allah lives through us. Father Allah was taken from the physical realm, but his spirit, his wisdom, and his mathematics live through us. Every time we teach a young brother or sister knowledge of self, every time we build on supreme mathematics, every time we move in righteousness, we are continuing his legacy. Father Allah was, is, and always will be the father of civilization, the God of the universe, and the manifestation of divine knowledge in physical form. Let's continue to build. Let's continue to teach. Let's continue to show and prove that the black man is God, that the black woman is the earth, and that together we are the foundation of civilization. Peace to the gods and the earths.
Islam is self and self is God. But what does that truly mean? The righteous know, The true and living is not found in the sky, not in mystery, not in the hands of another. God is not something you pray to. God is what you are. The woman is earth, the foundation, the nurturer, the giver of life. She holds the seed and brings forth nations. When she aligns with the knowledge of self, she becomes unstoppable, the wisdom that brings balance to the cipher. To be reborn into the knowledge of self is to awaken, to remove the chains of ignorance, to see the true reality, Son of Man, God. I is self. Self is the true reality. To know this is to master the science of life itself. No fear, no submission, only elevation. Islam is self. Self is God. And the time for knowing is now. Peace to the gods and the earths.
Peace to the gods and the earths. Today we're uncovering the truth about a significant moment in our history. Why did we take Jerusalem from the devil, and how long ago did it happen? This lesson isn't just about a city or a point in time. It's about reclaiming what belongs to the original people and exposing the lies and deception that have been used to control and mislead. We took Jerusalem from the devil about 750 years ago because one of our righteous brothers, a prophet by the name of Jesus, was buried there. Now, let's make this clear. Jesus was not a Christian. His teachings were not about Christianity. They were about freedom, justice, and equality. The divine principles that uphold the balance of the universe and guide us as the nation of gods and earths. But the devil, being the master of deception, took Jesus' name and used it to shield his dirty religion, Christianity. He used it to deceive the masses, to make them believe in him and his false doctrine. Christianity, as practiced and taught by the devil, is not a religion of liberation. It's a tool of oppression, a system designed to control the minds and spirits of the people, especially Black people. By twisting the name and teachings of Jesus, the devil created a religion that serves his interests, not the interests of the people. Now let's talk about Jerusalem itself. Jerusalem is in Palestine, which is part of Asia Minor. The name Jerusalem was given by the Jews and means founded in peace. But peace has not been the reality for Jerusalem. It's a city that has been at the center of conflict, deception, and struggle for centuries. The truth is, Jerusalem was first built by the original man. Its original names were Jebus, Salem, and Ariel. Names that reflect its connection to peace, balance, and the divine. The city of Jerusalem has deep roots in the history of the original people. It was founded by us, built by us, and holds the legacy of our righteous ancestors. So, when the devil took control of Jerusalem, using it to spread lies and falsehoods, it became necessary to take it back. It wasn't just about reclaiming land. It was about reclaiming truth, justice, and the legacy of our people. The devil used Jerusalem as a base to propagate Christianity, a religion built on lies and distortions. By taking Jerusalem back, the righteous sought to restore its original purpose as a place of peace, wisdom, and divine connection. We took it back to honor the legacy of our ancestors, including Jesus, who stood for freedom, justice, and equality. Now, who was Jesus in the context of our teachings? Jesus was one of our righteous brothers, a prophet who came to enlighten and uplift the people. His teachings were about liberation, about breaking free from the chains of oppression and living in alignment with divine principles. But the devil, true to his nature, distorted Jesus' message and used his name to manipulate and deceive. This is why it's so important to understand the difference between what Jesus taught and what Christianity has become. Jesus taught freedom, justice, and equality, principles that empower and uplift. Christianity, as used by the devil, teaches submission, fear, and dependency. It takes the divine power that belongs to each individual and places it in the hands of a false authority. It's a system designed to keep people in mental and spiritual slavery. By reclaiming Jerusalem, we reclaimed a symbol of our heritage and our truth. We reminded the world that the original man is the maker and owner of the earth, that we have the power to take back what is ours, and that we will not allow our history to be erased or distorted. The story of Jerusalem is also a lesson for us today. It reminds us of the importance of standing up for truth and rejecting deception. It teaches us that we must honor our ancestors and preserve their legacy, not allow it to be co-opted or corrupted by those who seek to control us. Jerusalem represents the struggle for truth, the fight for justice, and the pursuit of equality, a struggle that continues to this day. For African Americans, Black Americans, this lesson is especially important. We live in a society built on deception, a society that has twisted our history, stolen our legacy, and used lies to keep us oppressed. But like the righteous who reclaimed Jerusalem, we have the power to reclaim our story, our identity, and our truth. We are the original people, the makers and owners of the earth. And it is our duty to stand for freedom, justice, and equality. So, why did we take Jerusalem from the devil? Because it was ours to begin with. Because it holds the legacy of our righteous ancestors. Because it represents the principles of peace, justice, and equality that we, as the nation of gods and earths, are committed to upholding. And because we will not allow the devil to use our history, our names, and our legacy to deceive and oppress. Let this story inspire you to reclaim your own truth. Let it remind you that the power to change the world starts with knowledge of self and a commitment to live in alignment with devils. The struggle for truth is ongoing, but as long as we stand together as the nation of gods and earths, we will continue to rise. Peace to the gods and the earths. Who is the 10%? According to the teachings of the nation of gods and earths, the 10% are a select group with a specific mission: to keep the masses in darkness, to control and exploit the poor, and to use lies to maintain power. They are described as the rich, the slave makers of the poor, who teach the poor lies, to believe that the Almighty, true, and living God is a spook and cannot be seen by the physical eye. They are known as the bloodsuckers of the poor, feeding off the labor and struggle of those below them to build their own wealth and influence. The 10% are those who know the truth yet choose to manipulate it for their gain. Think about what it means to be a slave maker of the poor. They feed the poor illusions, promising freedom, success, and salvation while taking advantage of their trust and hard work. But in the teachings of the nation of gods and earths, we know that each individual carries the seed of divinity. The bloodsuckers of the poor thrive on this deception. Look around. We see people working day and night, striving for a better life, but always coming up short, always chasing something just out of reach. In these teachings, to understand the 10% is to recognize a system built on lies and exploitation. When we understand that we are the true and living gods of the earth, that the power we seek is within us, we take control of our minds and our lives. This isn't just a critique of society, it's a call to action. So, who is the 10%? They are the manipulators, the deceivers, and the controllers of this world. Knowledge of self is our key, our freedom, and our power. We, the nation of gods and earths, reject the lies of the 10% and instead choose to live in truth, wisdom, and unity. For those ready to see, for those ready to awaken, remember, your power is within you. Don't fall victim to the lies of the bloodsuckers of the poor. Seek knowledge, understand your divine potential, and live as the true and living God that you are. This ain't fiction, this ain't mythology, this ain't religion, this is reality. Across every corner of the planet, before Bibles, before Qurans, before cathedrals, the image of God looked like you, black man. Not a ghost in the sky, but a living presence in the cipher. This is not a call to believe. This is the show and prove. Because the original man, first to walk the planet, first to build, first to think, first to speak, is Izzat. Is the supreme being. This is the foundation, supreme mathematics, supreme alphabet, 12 jewels of Islam, the 120 lessons. All of them lead to one declaration. The black man is God, but we don't just say it, we build on it. Einstein said E, MC2. Energy and matter are one, interchangeable. But what did he leave out? Mind. The black man is the bridge between energy and matter, the intelligence behind the motion. This body, it's more than biology. It's an encoded reflection of the pineal gland, the solar plexus, the brain. They mirror the heavens. Because the heavens are but no cipher is complete without the black woman, wisdom, equality, she the light, she the cipher, She ain't God. She's the foundation God builds on. The 24 scientists? That ain't fairy tale. That's the original Cosmic Council. Setting stars in motion, writing the laws of balance, creating reality. Cut to the 1930s in Detroit. Footage of Master Fard Muhammad, Elijah Muhammad. Then a sharp transition to Clarence 13X, Father Allah, in Harlem, building with the youth. Then came the reminder. W.D. Fard Muhammad. He taught Elijah. Elijah gave the structure. But it was Father Allah, Clarence 13X, who tore off the veil. He said, "Stop searching the sky. Look in the mirror. Because God is not a spook. God is man." Cut to science labs, genetic diagrams, ancient African math systems, modern particle physics. Supreme math overlays each image. We break it down like this. Quantum physics confirms that the observer collapses the wave. Consciousness creates matter. Melanin conducts light and sound. The pineal gland absorbs cosmic rhythm. DNA remembers 400,000 years of data. So what is divinity? It's not found in dogma. It's built in your design. They turned the face of God white, made God a mystery, made you bow, made you worship. But we don't bow. We stand up. This is not religion. This is mathematics. This is the science of self. Every chapter in The Black Man is God. The show and prove builds on one truth. You don't need to worship. You need to master. This is a return to the cipher, a return to clarity, a return to power. We don't walk in darkness anymore. We walk with the sun in our stride, the stars in our sight, and the mind of God in motion. The Black Man is God. The show and prove by Born Power. Available now. This ain't religion. This is reality. Peace to the gods and the earths. In the beginning, there was triple darkness. Not void, not emptiness, but infinite potential. A womb, not of flesh, but of formless intelligence. This ain't religion. This ain't metaphysics for sale. This is the science of godhood, decoded through supreme mathematics, rooted in the 120 lessons, aligned with the 12 jewels of Islam, and spoken through the mind of the original man. This is the book of triple darkness, not a theory, not belief, but a return to the source, the unmanifest cipher, where Allah was not born, He became. The Dogon spoke it, the Kemites mapped it, and modern quantum physics confirms it. Before time, there was consciousness. Before form, there was thought. Before light, there was blackness. Scientists call it the quantum vacuum field. We call it triple darkness, a measurable field where the universe waits for a